Hey everybody, this is Mr. Spina, and I'm here to talk to you about your Week 19 Latin and Greek words and roots. I hope you're doing well. I hope everything's going well in your home and your family, and you're safe and feeling good about things. And I also hope you're giving this online school a real good effort. I know it's a lot different, and you probably have a lot of questions, but I hope you're applying yourself and doing your best. Your teachers appreciate it, your parents appreciate it, your school and community appreciate it because we need you to do well even during this tough time, right? All right, so let's go ahead and get started on our roots. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we can see those things more clearly. All I'm going to do is quickly introduce these roots to you, review them, review the assignment, and then show you the test from last week so you can think about doing it for this week if you haven't already. So one of our roots this week is ante, as in before. You may have heard in card games they talk about ante up, meaning you have to contribute to a pot of money before you're allowed to play. So before. Oops, you can see I'm part of a lot of Zoom meetings. That keeps popping up for me for some reason. Anyways, so ante means before. Trans means across. So if I'm talking about the Transcontinental Railroad, I'm talking about the railroad that crosses a continent, transcontinental. Subter means under or secret, like subterranean means below the terrain, like subter. And I can't think of any other words right now. Oh, subterfuge means to like undermine someone in secret and kind of undermine their plans or goals. Porto means to carry. Um, I can't think of a lot of examples of that. You'll just have to know that Porto means to carry on that one. And psyche means of the mind or the soul, like a psychologist is someone who studies the mind or the soul. I think that's all I've got for you in terms of examples off the top of my head. Let's take a look at the work you have to do in this assignment. Your teacher may have assigned this to you through an email or through Google Classroom. We're all doing it a little bit different. But this is section 1. Under here, you're going to do a bunch of different things. You're going to underline the root that you recognize. You're going to learn the meaning of the word. You're going to give an explanation in your own words. And then you're going to use the meaning of the root that you recognize in your explanation, and you're going to underline that meaning. So here's an example. Triangle. In that word, I know that tri means 3. That's my assigned root, if you can imagine. Here is the meaning of that root showing up in my explanation. And you'll notice that my explanation is simple and in my own terms. I didn't just copy and paste from Google. You're going to do the same thing for all 5 of these terms here. Oh, and look, at least 2 of those terms, I just gave you the answer, huh? So that's section 1. Section 2, you're going to look for 3 words that use these roots. So you're going to look for 3 other words that use the root ante, and you're not going to use antecedent because that wouldn't be good. That's super easy. By the way, in the normal assignment, you have to find 4, but what we did is we just eliminated the 4th because so many of you were just using this. Section 3, I want you to practice using this Quizlet. That Quizlet is a few years old, but you can go in there and play games and learn the roots. And then finally, I want you to take the test. That test link will be shared separately. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over and show you the test for week 19. Oops, I lied. For week 18. Click on this preview button. So, I'll slide my screen down a little bit. There we go. You can see that you have to select your ELA teacher. If you don't have any of these, you can just pick one. It doesn't much matter. It's going to ask your name so it can more easily give you credit. Not really a grade, just figure out who's being involved and who's not. And then some really simple questions. The root humus refers to the ground or dirt. Which word probably means to dig out of the ground? Now remember, this is week 18. And I remember that EX meant out. And so I know that X means out and humus means ground. So I'm looking for like exhume right here. So I would just answer my questions. Oops. I'd go through, answer all my questions. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom where there's the optional bonus problem. And my bonus question this week, which word means an exact copy word for word? And we don't study these roots, but all of these phrases right here are common Latin and Greek phrases that show up in legal language or just daily adult life. And so we want you to try and learn those. And once you learn all of these phrases, you'll be able to get the bonus question every time. A bunch of my students and quite a few students in other classes have also already taken this quiz for week 18. And I hope you'll take it for week 19. Okay? So that's it. Those are your roots for week 19. That's an introduction to your work for week 19 and an introduction to the test. So I hope you're doing well, and I'll talk to you or see you or hear from you sometime soon. Take care.